I think this is one of the biological phenomena that is uniquely central to oncogene transmission. So, there's no other form of cell communication that would be so well characterized in this respect. And indeed, exosomes have been seen or increasingly emerge as a way in which cells can communicate or transmit their innermost molecular information to other cells. So this applies to oncogenic molecules or macromolecules, and those are obviously unique because they're cancer specific and because they have structural errors that make them contribute or trigger malignant transformation. So there's of course a debate whether to what extent this transmission affects the recipient cells and whether this process is so inherent to cancer extracellular vesicles, how far we can take the interpretation of that process in understanding the complexity of cancers as they emerge. Well, that's a terrific question, which is obviously of great interest to us and probably hundreds of others. They can be used, they are being used, in fact. If you observe the FDA-approved diagnostic assays, this is already happening. There are already biomarkers on the market or soon to be on the market, which are predicated on the ability of cells to emit EVs with specific cargo, and where this is very applicable to oncogenic events in cancer is that these events are unique. So you can essentially remotely access the very central tenets or the very central mechanism in cancer cell biology by remotely collecting their vesicles and extracting this molecular information from it. So I think this is an extremely important aspect of this whole research area, which I'm personally very excited about. This is yet another very, very thoughtful and very important question, which I'm sure we're all grappling with. And the challenges stem from the fact that we are very pressed to do something diagnostically, of course, because there are many important medical needs at the moment, and yet we don't know enough about this process to do it in a most efficient and scientifically sound way. For example, what we don't know, we are just getting at this at the moment, is how heterogeneous are vesicles vis-a-vis tumor cells. We know that the problem of tumor cell heterogeneity is daunting, and the problem of extracellular vesicle heterogeneity is a multiple of that. So this is an extremely complex universe we've entered, which we haven't seen in the past, but we now are capable of seeing it. And of course, the heterogeneity is one aspect. The other aspect is, following the heterogeneity question, is the fact that it may be that we would be best served by looking at extremely small subsets of extracellular vesicles. And for those subsets, the current methods are not ideal. And as you may have seen in the meeting, there's a great drive and interest in increasing sensitivity so we can look at these processes with great resolution, and we don't have that yet at the moment. So this is yet another important challenge. And I think the most important challenge of all of these challenges is the fact that we need to define questions that we will be answering with these biomarkers. So the diagnostics or therapeutic response, what is exactly that we wanted to know? So with that there comes a contextual component. So we would probably be forced to answer these questions in the context of specific cancer or specific therapeutic situations where we treat somebody with a drug and then we wanted to know about that drug, what is the biology of response or lack thereof, and so on. So there's this whole issue of purposefulness of these biomarkers and how do we define them. And what do we know about the cells that emit vesicles that then serve as a diagnostic tool? So these are some of the challenges. Of course, many. Some of them are technical, some of them are conceptual. But I'm optimistic about us being, as a community, of course, being able to overcome some of them.